The Spurs and Heat are back in Miami. They've alternated wins for 5 straight games, providing us with a series tonight. Or will the Heat keep their hopes of back-to-back titles alive? We're underway for Game 6. They split the first 2 games of these finals here at the American Airlines Arena. Spurs in that last-second victory in Game 1. The Heat a blowout in Game 2. Bosh connects. All the first quarters have been relatively close until the last game. When the Spurs came out big as Duncan knocked. James back out. Mike Miller, long distance. Parker off the dribble. Scoop layup blocked by Bosh, but it hit the backboard first. And a goaltend. 3-point range in these finals between Miller, Ray Allen, Danny Green, Gary Neal. Incredible 3-point shooting. Miller off the dribble. Bosh. Wait. But this is the end of the floor that Eric Spoelstra wants to see improved as Duncan gets an easy.
Than anything in the half court. I thought their half court defense is pretty good for the most part. Transition, not even close to good enough.
Leonard, count it, and a foul. Drew some contact, a bump by LeBron James. Best scenario there is Leonard completes a 3-point play.
And it certainly was.
James, hard drive. Chalmers gets another look. This time connects. A 3-pointer for Mario Chalmers. Of the pressure of a big game. Has had some huge games in the last 3 years. Leonard wide open. Connects on a 3.
Open for the corner 3.
Good shooting from both teams to start. Spurs 5 of 6. Chalmers backdoor. Beautiful bounce pass from James. Again, was terrific in the last game. Gets inside, finds Duncan, and Duncan throws it down.
And even on that Duncan turnover, I love the sign that is. He is catching and going as James hits the jumper.
Duncan goes right at Bosh, gets away from the double team and puts in a difficult shot.
But that's why he's one of the greatest of all time. He's got counter moves.
He's 4 for 4 already. Wade, Parker left him. Duncan tried to greet him, and Wade goes right at him for the dunk. And taken by Duncan. Parker finds Leonard running the floor and throws it down. Game 5 in the second half against LeBron James. Gary Neal also in the game. Ray Allen has come in for the first time. Diaw drives down the lane, takes his time, and banks it in.
Boris Diaw, a little on the heavy side, a power forward as James attacks and draws the contact. Their star players.
That was the game in the regular season in Miami with Parker.
And if they win the championship, that $250,000 will be money well screwed up over the top. LeBron James can't overpower him.
James, that's a 2-pointer. Is on him.
Norris Cole, not the first sub in, playing with the no-point guard lineup as Duncan off to a red-hot start.
Ginobili rifles a pass down low. Battier's on Duncan, mismatch there. James looking to help. Tries to swat it away. Duncan rushes the shot. James given the shot. See Diaw playing off him, much like they did earlier in the series. Allen back to James. Shot clock at 6. Little ball fake from Chalmers. With a turnover, that's 4 for San Antonio. Allen gets ahead of the pack. But good transition defense. Battier open for 3. Banked it in.
That Udonis Haslem is or Chris Bosh.
James Chalmers for 3. Mario Chalmers 10 points here in the first quarter. Splitter. Blocking foul. Another end. But it appeared that Gabby again.
Again, Mike and Jeff, difficult call. Block charge, probably our toughest call for an official. I think that they defended
% from the field there in the first quarter, and they're trailing. James behind the back. Out to Allen. Allen. James corrals it back up, blocked at the buzzer as the first quarter comes to an end.
What the 4 second shots that Miami was able to garner in that first quarter to 0.
Chalmers penetrates. Wade bumps into Ginobili. Battier wide open. Hits a three. Heat fans wanting to call there. Danny Green, nobody near him, and he cans the jumper.
It's the smart play not to stop the ball and leave Green open.
Oh, Wade with a beautiful sidestep. Blows past on every opportunity. Chalmers' little fake. And does a good job. He had that terrific game, too, when he had 19 points. And he had a big games. Does not fold under the pressure. Parker goes past Bosch. Oh, it's just so good at that.
Feel their defense and then guard the pick and roll. Very difficult. Nice play by Parker.
Wade sets up nicely. He said before game 6 he won't be open tonight. He certainly was on that shot. 6 on the 24. James all over Parker. Neal has to hoist it up and connects a three-pointer for one single technical through the first 5+ games. It's only happened twice in the last 30 years of the NBA Finals as Bosch knocks it down.
A normal-looking shot, but because he bailed out with a circus shot, he didn't get the call.
Chalmers floats it in. And even
that he has to consistently be aggressive.
Leonard, short, Duncan right there to clean it up. Poked away by Leonard. Oh, Kawhi Leonard, such quick hands, his second steal. Single coverage, Bosch on Duncan, goes right to the rim and finishes 8 for 8 for Tim Duncan.
Superior rebounder, and that allows San Antonio to play small, but still rebound the ball so exceptionally well.
Yeah, there's Duncan for the Spurs. Leonard on James. James powers in, shot misses. Anderson's follow won't go. Tipped right back out. And James this time makes sure he finishes. Oh, James cutting. Late whistle, but a foul. And James will go to the... James hitting the free throw now 7.
Popovich, because they don't play a backup point guard, has to try to defense tonight, has been much better.
Ginobili finds Duncan. Duncan whacked across the arm by Miller.
To push the ball.
Duncan misses. Sprint halftime. Substitutions. Interesting first half here in game 6.
Rebound by Green.
Yeah, nice entry. Oh, blocked, but a foul. Beautiful bounce pass from Boris
up top.
Yeah, that's what Joey Crawford signaled. And left arm around is done. 21 first half points for Duncan. We still have first half. Parker in for Ginobili. 6 to shoot for Duncan. Duncan across the lane. Nice soft touch. He's got with 8 rebounds as well. Diaw, what a pass to Duncan. And the Spurs regain the lead. Those playoffs for the Phoenix Suns. Fakes, drives, flips it up and in. Boris Diaw puts the Spurs up by 4. Parker gets in the paint, kicks it out. Diaw for 3. Won't go. Leonard tips it up and in with 1.3 remaining. What a hustle play from Leonard. And the second quarter comes to an end on one of those runs. San Antonio finishes on a 17-4 run, and they lead by 6.
They got to get their defense right so their offense can play fast, and they're great in transition, but they haven't been out in transition the whole first half.
Ginobili gets one to go. Ginobili really score for the last 4.5 minutes of the second quarter. James strong to the basket and draws the foul.
Because Parker isn't used to guarding pick and rolls as a point guard.
Misses the free throw. Did not perform well in 2011 in the loss to the Dallas Mavericks, but has been. See Leonard just playing off him enough to kind of dare him to shoot. James kicks it out. Chalmers from the corner. That's good. Mario Chalmers out onto the floor. As Ginobili throws it in. Duncan lays it in. Porter and emerges and will check right into the game. See if we can get a report on why as Bosch connects. 9 Eastern. Our coverage starts at 8:30 with Kia NBA Countdown. Heat trying to keep their hopes of back-to-back titles alive with a victory tonight. Ginobili, another turnover, his 5th. And then he fouls James. And Manu Ginobili, after such a spectacular Game 5.
Going to the free throw line.
Miami just an average because their ability to turn them into quick points. Parker penetrates. And a foul on Chalmers. First on Chalmers. Parker.
Oh. And talk nicely to a player. Both on the
9th NBA Finals game. Miller kicks it out. Wade pull-up two-pointer. Half remaining here in the third. Miller drives to the basket. Mike Miller makes it a 1-point game. Timeout San Antonio. Ray Allen, Wade, Anderson, and James. Pass inside Diaw. Nearly stolen by Wade. Diaw gets it back. Parker on the penetration. Contact, count it, and 1. Tony Parker with a hard drive and a chance for a 3-point play. The Heat.
They're not happy with the officials. They've got to have a next play mentality.
Diaw to Duncan. And a foul call. It's going to go against Chris Anderson, who has picked up 4
type of shot. And he and
in the penalty. That's why Diaw is at the free throw line. And Boris Diaw. James trying to find some room. Stolen by Leonard. Leonard ahead of the pack, drives inside and banks it in with a foul. Wade stay in the game when he had 4 fouls. And it proved to be the right decision. Wade said
you keep him in the game.
James can't connect. The lead is back to 9, which equals the largest lead of the game. Parker down the lane, layup won't go. Duncan and a foul. Tim Duncan on the follow. And our first double. 30 points for Tim Duncan. James. Leonard now on Wade. Nice little push shot. Soft touch for Wade, who's in double figures. Diaw and Battier wrestling down low. They call it on Battier. That's his 3rd. And again, they're in the penalty, so Boris Diaw will go to the line. 3 of 11. What did Greg Popovich say in Game 5?
Spurs have come with great energy.
Battier now is on Duncan. Parker gets in the paint again, lost it, and a foul call on Ray Allen. And Parker back to the line as Allen picks up his first.
Lost the ball. Allen up in the air, lands on Parker.
This is momentum.
Yeah.
It's the best free throw shooting team for San Antonio Spurs in 33 years. 60. Neal's going to have to put one up. He won't hesitate. Blocked by Wade. Wade with a strong defensive play there. Allen, extra pass for Battier. Hits a 3. That cuts it to 10 with 3 minutes remaining in the third. Crowd getting on its feet. Wade puts it up, puts it in. 8-point game.
But even on that possession, if you just look, it's reluctant jump shooting versus...
He wanted a foul. Parker gets in the paint again, flips it up and in. Tony Parker with another beautiful drive to the basket. Half-court mark at the same time.
But that gives the Spurs a complete mismatch.
Gary Neal flips it up and in. And the Spurs answer another mini run by Miami. It's back up to a dozen. The game clock. James gets a running start, runs in the splitter, and draws the foul. And a sarcastic cheer from the Heat fans here at the American Airlines Arena. They're not applauding LeBron James's move. Now 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Been a lot of that in these playoffs. Shot clock turned off. Parker gets inside. Wild shot won't go. Bosh the rebound. And the third quarter comes to an end. These players have been at it for 9 months. Most of the players banged up, bodies sore, various bumps and bruises. They're mentally and physically tired from the playoff grind and pressure. What can you summon here for the Miami Heat to try and force a Game 7? Chalmers hits a three. Mario Chalmers. But the Heat isn't their final period of the season. James to the basket and the finish. 5 quick. Duncan's already played 30 minutes. Splitter has it. Left-handed, flips it up and in. Mike Miller has only one sneaker on. Miller, bang! Timeout, San Antonio.
Young team to be able to manufacture points.
Danny Green finds Splitter. Splitter goes at Anderson, spins, flips it up, banks it in. 2 wild shots from Splitter, and they've both gone down.
And they do. He's an outstanding, outstanding basketball coach.
6 to shoot. Chalmers behind to James on the flush.
Splitter's got to protect the basket better.
Ginobili drives and foul. They called it in the act of shooting, and Ginobili 1 for 2.
And I would expect to see more switching of the pick and rolls right now. Right there, they switched it.
Ginobili gets right up on him. James charges across the lane, out to Chalmers. Chalmers in the paint, off balance, wild shot thrown down by LeBron James. Miller trying to take it away from Duncan. Neal poked away by Chalmers. Leonard has it and puts it in. Single coverage. James backs in. Left-handed. Just bullies his way to the basket. Anderson won't go, but a foul. Good at the line in the playoffs, 76%. As the Birdman back in his energy roll, way off. And Duncan with his 5th Parker. Back out Green. Green off the dribble, drives inside to Duncan. Blocked by James. What a rejection. James on the drive, leans in, banks it in, tie game.
What a defense. Those are the same shots Danny Green has made throughout the series.
Allen, Miami leads. 10 points in the quarter. Spins to the basket and a foul. 3rd team foul against the Spurs. 4th quarter, taking over. Misses that free throw. From the line, he's 8 for 11.
And with James on Parker, Ginobili, even though he struggled tonight.
For Miami. Bosh back in, he's on Duncan. Ginobili finds Diaw. Kawhi Leonard gets in the paint. Runner from Leonard. Leonard with a couple of big buckets here in the 4th. James again, trying to slow him down. He's done well so far in the series against him. Trying to make him shoot. James drives and finishes.
Cleared Bosh out.
Chalmers has come up big. Trying to get away from Parker. Pass to Wade. Wade blocked but fouled. That little head.
No, not at all. But you do have to concern yourself when you have a guy who has
attempt. Gets it to go. 2 for 2. And a 6 to shoot. Parker pulls back. That's a three-pointer. It's good! Tony Parker ties the game with 1:27 remaining. Parker gets in the paint. Stops, spins, shot is good! Tony Parker! James pulls back. James backs in. Lost the ball. Duncan lost it, picked up, and Parker has it. Ginobili drives inside. Fouled by Allen, and Ginobili will shoot 2 with 37 seconds remaining. What a turnaround. Ginobili makes it a 3-point game. Amazing. 4-point game. Again, Miami has just one timeout left. A 7-0 run for the San Antonio Spurs.
and they would like to get a 2.
James looks, sees an opening. Wild pass picked up by Ginobili. And he's fouled by Allen.
A lob to Bosh.
Ginobili, meanwhile, misses. 1 for 2. 5 point.
Give help. You give help off of Wade. You don't come off another three-point shooter.
James catches, fires a three. Way off. Rebound tipped. Still loose. Picked up by Miller. Back out to James. Another three. It's good. James knocks it down. 2-point game with 20 seconds remaining. And the Spurs call their final timeout. A second shot opportunity. And James with a clutch three-pointer to keep their hopes alive.
He missed the first three, which was a good look. Then the scramble, Miller does a good job to shovel it to James. And then Kawhi Leonard had Boris Diaw open, but didn't want to inbound to him. And now, do you advance it or do you keep it there? You have no more timeouts.
Duncan looking, has to get it in, finds Leonard. Leonard fouled by Miller, who did a good job fouling right away.
And I am not putting Chris Bosh in the game.
During the regular season, Kawhi Leonard, 82% from the line. A lot of pressure on a 21-year-old in his first NBA Finals.
And with Duncan out, attack the rim. They're not going to come off a three-point shooter. You can score quickly.
Clutch one there from Leonard. Should the Spurs foul? Should Miami go for the three right away?
Just attack the basket.
James catches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining. Spurs do not have a timeout. But the officials are going to review to see if Allen was behind the line. Chris Bosh with a huge offensive rebound. And now instant replay, enormous. From our vantage point where the fans are, we couldn't see if Allen was, but that was the signal.
And Mike, Tim Duncan out of the game leads to the second shot, and clearly a three-point shot. But because they were trying to prevent the three, they take Duncan out, who is their best rebounder. Ray Allen is able to reestablish and knock in the game-tying three.
2 possessions in a row that Duncan came out and they failed to get the defensive rebound. Now, because of the instant replay rule, the Spurs, who don't have any timeouts, had a chance to discuss their final play. They confirmed that it was a three, and the Spurs had a chance.
And I like not guarding the inbounder.
Here goes Parker, final seconds. Parker on the drive, puts it up. Overtime here in Game 6.
And Mike, if you had to do it all over again, do you keep Tim Duncan in to get the defensive rebound? And does the first player around Bosch grab?
5, but he's not on the floor right now. Parker drives, looking for Duncan, gets it to Leonard, and Leonard banks it in. Bosch ahead of the field, fouled and one. A rare time, poor transition defense from San Antonio.
It down the stretch.
They go right back to Duncan. Bosch on him. Duncan, quick move. Won't go. Diaw, the offensive rebound. Finds Leonard. Leonard again in the paint. The little soft touch, and the Spurs up by 2. Diaw doesn't have big numbers, but he's had a big impact. James threw it behind him. Parker comes up with it. Parker goes at Allen. Drives, and a hard foul. Oh, Parker went down hard.
He went down hard, but it wasn't a hard foul.
5 for 5 from the line. He shot a career high from the line tonight. Misses that one. Remember, Leonard missed one earlier. Now Parker misses one.
Ginobili as well, too, Mike.
Yep. 3-point lead for San Antonio. You get 3 additional timeouts in the overtime. You shoot on the 4th team foul. Allen trying to draw contact, doesn't need it, still flips it up and in. 7 with 1 second to spare. Under 2 minutes remaining in OT. James the crossover. Wade the drive. Inside to James. Heat back up by 1. Greg Popovich saying push the ball. Now Wade on Parker on the switch. Parker gets bumped. Leonard, 3 to shoot. Leonard's jump shot way off. Tipped and taken by Parker. Has to put it up. Blocked by Allen and a 24-second violation. Right back to Ginobili. Parker sets it up. Ginobili on the drive. Looking, throws it away right to James. James drives on Green, who tries to foul him, and then James lost it out of bounds.
I think they're going to review that, and I believe it went off LeBron James.
It appeared that Green tried to foul him. The whistle didn't blow on that, and then James lost it out.
Danny Green made a tremendous play, and that easily hit off LeBron James. Mike, a number of times in this series, Danny Green in transition has made fabulous defensive plays.
But I was wrong. That's not an attempt to foul. That's an attempt to knock it out of his hands, which he did. And James clearly touched it last. Here's the instant replay. Last to
use his size to get on the board against the smaller Chalmers.
Right back to Parker, guarded by James. Bosch, good help. Parker blocked by Bosch. James the rebound. And a foul called against San Antonio. Miami clinging to a 1-point lead. Wade pulls up. Won't go. Leonard the rebound. 10 seconds remaining. Not looking to call time. Ginobili on the drive. Ginobili lost the ball. Picked up by Allen. Now they have to foul. Greg Popovich irate. He thought Ginobili got hit. Instead, Ray Allen will shoot free throws with 1.9 remaining. It's still not over, even if he makes both free throws. But a big defensive play there by the Heat.
Well, they're pushing in transition. He's attacking Ray Allen. Boy, he looked like he got him across the arm on that drive. It's so congested. But to me, that's a foul.
Absolutely. Allen, one of the great free throw shooters in the game, with a chance to put him up by 3. Two clutch free throws from Ray Allen. Heat by 3. Timeout San Antonio.
I'm not even guarding Tim Duncan. And same with off splitter. Be above him. Trap the shooter.
They need a 3. Green trying to get free. Cross-court pass to Green. Green blocked by Bosch. Game over. There'll be a game 7. The Miami Heat not ready for their season to end tonight. Chris Bosch with some extraordinary plays at both ends of the floor at the end of regulation and overtime.
Well, great screen by Splitter. And again, I like the non-call, but if you're saying, is that a foul in the first 46 minutes? It absolutely is on that three-point shot.
And Bosch taking a chance. You know, you want to contest the shot, but to get that so close and taking a chance of a whistle, but it pays off for Miami.